guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you guys happen to miss the last video that I uploaded called Let's Talk, I recommend you go and watch that one before you watch this video, because if you don't, you're not gonna have any idea what I'm talking about, because this is in direct response to your guys' comments on that video and kind of going off of what we talked about in that. So if you guys skip it, you'll just be really confused. So I will link it down below for you guys. This video that I'm filming right now was not planned necessarily. Like when I filmed that video, I didn't think I was gonna do like a follow-up or anything like that. And actually when I went to go post it, I was really nervous. I don't know why. Like, I'm such a crazy person that when I go to upload videos, I get really anxious most of the time. And especially since I've changed my content around to be more lifestyle and like vlog and like me related, it's like that much more vulnerable every time I go to upload. And even though it's what I want to do, I get really nervous for it. And that one in particular it made me really, really nervous to upload it. But after reading your guys' comments, I know that I uploaded it for a reason. And I know that it not only was for me, but it was also for you guys. And even though as I was talking in that video, I felt like there was gonna be a lot of people that related with me and that understood how I felt and was going through the same things, it still hit me on a much more emotional level seeing your guys' comments and reading through them than I could have ever imagined. I didn't expect that many of you guys to say that you felt like I was saying exactly how you felt. It was already in my head to kind of like start documenting my journey to getting my head in a healthier place, which I'll talk more about in a little bit. Like I already was thinking about it, but reading your guys' comments just solidified it to me that it's something that I need to do. Not only for myself to document my progress and my struggles, my ups and my downs, but also for you guys to feel like you're not alone. I have felt alone in how I feel because I keep it to myself a lot. I feel like we're in this society where we 9 times out of 10 hear people talk about their lives in a way that's kind of like the glorified side, like it's all the positive things, and we don't ever really see the ups and the downs. So sometimes we're left feeling very alone and isolated in our dark places. And posting that video was like opening up about, you know, how I just felt like I was starting to get a problem with alcohol, how sometimes I would struggle to even wash my face because every time I would go to look at it, I would want to cry. I'm talking about this stuff in past tense, even though it's, you know, very recent. This is my first week of changing things, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I know I have a long journey ahead of me to getting used to this and for this becoming something that's normal. But opening up to you guys about those really dark things and like not being proud of my body and gaining a lot of weight and all of that it's hard to talk about. There are a lot of people on the internet that don't bat an eyelash at opening up about these really dark things, but for me, that video was the hardest video I've uploaded in a very, very long time. I do feel inspired, and I feel inspired because of you guys, because I don't want you guys to feel alone in how you feel. And I know that when you watch one video, it makes you feel good in that moment, it makes you feel understood in that moment, but then when there's no more content like that, sometimes you can go back into your slump of feeling depressed and isolated and go back into those negative bad habits. I know that I've done it. We all do those things, I think. Like we get in workout kicks and then we get burnt out with it because we overdid it, or we try and go on these crazy diets and it's too much and so we give it up. And that's not what I want this to be about. I feel inspired by you guys to document myself getting my mind to a healthier place. And when I was talking to you guys about my weight in that video and how I was feeling about myself insecurity wise and things like that, I know that because there's so many diet fads and when people start working out, like there's a lot of stuff on the internet that's like toxic and unhealthy that is constantly being pumped out to us. So I did see that some of you guys thought that I was going to be doing things in an unhealthy way, or that I was going to be overdoing it or pushing myself to do something that wasn't good for me. So I just want to make it very known that I have the healthiest mindset on this change that I have ever had in my life. It's like the skies just opened up and I started seeing things a little bit differently. I started seeing things more for health benefits and less for aesthetic value. And that's kind of what I want to start documenting, me changing my eating habits to a more healthier place, and me trying to make working out, make exercise a part of a normal, healthy routine, not something that I'm overdoing and pushing myself like past, my healthy limits to do to achieve some sort of aesthetic value. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to make a change in my mind, because I feel like a lot of times people are trying to change the way that they look instead of trying to change the way that they look at themselves. We have a lot of people on the internet that share these things that are professionals with food and diet, nutrition and exercise and stuff like that, but it's hard to find people that are documenting their journeys from scratch with the good, the bad, the ugly. And that's something that I would like to do for you guys, because I don't want any of you guys that were commenting on that video that were saying that you feel the same way as me to feel that way anymore. I want to help inspire you guys to go in a healthier direction for your minds too. As much as it makes me feel good to know that you guys relate with me, it also breaks my heart that any of you guys do. I got really sad reading some of your comments with how you feel about yourself. And like I said, I knew that other people felt the same way as me, but reading comments from people that watched my video and watched me open up to you about it, opening up to me about how you struggle and that this year has been really difficult for you, whether it be for alcohol or weight gain or food or lack of exercise, just whatever it be. Like, hearing how you guys view yourselves, I want you guys to get on board with this with me and go through this journey with me to getting ourselves to a better place mentally. So if you guys would like to do this with me, I want you to get a notepad and I want you to get a pen and I want you to write down the things that you struggle with. For me, it was drinking too much alcohol, binge eating, which I talked about both of those things in my previous video, being very lazy and not getting any exercise, sometimes not even looking in the mirror at all because I just absolutely hated my face. Those are all my things that I felt like I needed to change to get to a more healthier place, and what you guys need to change might be a little bit different. So just write down what it is that you struggle with, and what you'll find when you write down your struggles, you'll start to realize what the solution to that is. Alcohol is easy because I'm not an alcoholic. It was just realizing, wow, I'm drinking too much, I need to stop. So that was something that was just easy. Like, okay, I just won't drink. No big deal. And then with me binge eating and not being happy with my body and things like that, I had to realize what was triggering my binge eating. And what I realized very quickly that was triggering it was not only bringing in the foods that I like to binge eat, like crackers and chips and, bags of gummy bears, like stupid, awful processed crap you should not be eating. But also another thing that I was doing was not eating at normal times throughout the day and making sure that I'm full with real meals, like real food. Like, I'm not going on like this crazy diet where I can't have this or I can't have that, but just eating things that are good for you and getting full off of that. And if you are eating on a normal schedule, you'll realize that at night you don't really want to binge eat that much. At least it's been that way for me so far, and I might have, some slip-ups. As you guys know, like, I just started this week, so who knows what it'll look like in another week. But I've noticed that eating on a better schedule and making sure that I'm not being lazy and going in there and making food when I'm hungry instead of what can I grab really quickly so I can get back to whatever it is that I'm doing. Like making sure that I have time to make food. And if you don't have time, you can prep it in advance when you do have time. That way it's there just for you to grab. But for me, because binge eating is a problem, getting real food throughout the day at night, when I'm tired, like I'm less likely to go binge eat crap. And now last night I got really hungry, which happens to me when I get sleepy, but I got a piece of toast with some jam on it, which helped with my sweet craving. And then I had some nuts, almonds, and raisins in a little bowl. So it's like, it was something that was really filling, but it wasn't like going in there and like binge eating an entire sleeve of crackers. Because for me personally, this isn't about taking away like carbs and sugars and stuff like that. It's just eating the better alternatives and not eating as much of them, because like I said, binge eating is a problem for me. Also, eating better for me means no more Uber Eats. Cook actual food. Like cook something and stop being lazy about it, because I have been very lazy about food this year. When we moved into this apartment, I started getting Uber Eats all the time, multiple times a week, spending way too much money on it that I could have been saving for much more important things. That's something that's very hard to admit, but doing that, it helps knowing what I'm gonna cook way in advance. Prepare it way before you're hungry for it. That way you know what it is you're cooking and when you need to cook it so that it's done when you're hungry. Setting aside time and a schedule is something that is really helping me so far this week. So if that's something that you struggle with, that could be something that maybe could help you. With that being said, you know, my relationship with my body and not getting exercise because I've been lazy, I went into this with a completely different frame of mind than I ever have before. I went into this with the frame of mind of, I don't have to go in and push myself to the max with working out where I get super burnt out or my body hurts and I don't feel like doing it the next day. Like, go in slow and steady, because my goal is not to lose all of this weight and have a completely different body within a month. My goal is to make this a part of my life where it's normal that every week I'm working out, like I'm exercising in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just around the house, going on walks, just anything, like making sure that it's normal for me to get some sort of exercise. You don't have to like beat your ass at the gym or like spend an hour on the treadmill, but just do something. So easing into it for me has been something that so far has really worked for me. It's something I've never done before. I always went into working out with this mindset of, I need to reach my goal weight, whatever that is, and I need to get to it by this point. So at that point, whether it be, you know, a month from now or 3 months from now, whatever it is I would set for myself, that when I look in the mirror, I see my body the way I want it to look. Like, I always went into it like that. And I think it's okay for you to want to make changes for an aesthetic value to an extent, but I've realized that that's not healthy if it's just that, because what's going to happen is that you're going to have another moment where you feel down about yourself. So if you work on your mind and at the same time try and make some sort of exercise like a part of your, you know, normal everyday routine, not every day, you don't have to work out every day, but your normal weekly routine, I feel like that's something that will really benefit me. Whatever it is for you that you feel comfortable doing today or tomorrow, workout wise, just to get some sort of exercise in and to get your heart pumping and going, like whatever it is for you might look different than whatever it is for me, but starting somewhere is so much better than not starting at all. Someone else's, you know, workout plan doesn't have to look like yours, but if you go into it thinking about you just wanting to have a normal routine of it, you know, maybe you'll work yourself up to a place that you're happier with in the future. But just, my goal is not to burn myself out with it. My goal is to get myself started, get myself comfortable in it, and make it normal. Like brushing your teeth, view it like that. I mean, I hope you do. Like, if you don't, that might be something that you need to work on for, you know, self-care in this journey. But I feel like for me, like, I want exercising weekly to just be something I naturally do, where if I don't get to do it, then I'm stressed about that instead of stressed that I have to do it. But because it's not something that I do normally, because it's not something that I'm used to doing, it's going to be a little bit harder to get into, but we're gonna work through that together, guys. I want you guys to do this with me. If you guys have been feeling like unmotivated, like do just some easy at-home workouts, like nothing serious, just something to make it a normal routine. And then the other thing that I struggle with is hating my face and feeling detached from it when I look at myself in the mirror and wanting to pretend like that's not me, and avoiding looking at myself in the mirror sometimes because I feel so ugly, blah, blah, blah. For me, something that I have decided to start working on to help me love my face is skincare. It's not something that I've spent enough time on, and I think now that I'm 30, it's time to start doing that. It's time to start taking care of my skin. So instead of avoiding looking at the mirror, I'm gonna fucking look in that mirror and make sure that I have a healthy, good skincare routine for morning and night that I'm doing that is good for my skin, instead of avoiding it, taking care of it and helping myself love my face more. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write down what's something that you've been unhappy with about yourself that you want to change. And it can literally be anything. It doesn't just have to be looks or body image or anything like that. It can just be habits, things that you guys are doing that you've been telling yourself for God only knows how long that you want to stop doing, that you haven't been. I want you guys to write all those things down. And then I want you to go through each individual thing. Spend as much time thinking about it as you need to, but find the solution. What's something that you can do in place of that, or what's something that you can do to help fix that? And let's start doing that together. The way that I view it is, if the way that we have been doing things hasn't been working, then we need to do something different, and there's no better time to start now. And I'm going to be documenting all the things that I'm doing and all the things that have been making me feel better and blah, blah, blah. Like, we're gonna have tons of videos about this. I want this to be an entire series about loving ourselves and about getting our minds to a healthier place. If you guys feel inspired by this video to get on this journey with me of making positive changes in your life and getting yourself to a healthier mind, body, and soul, if you guys feel comfortable sharing, I would love it if you would leave me a comment down below with what are some things that you are going to be working on with me, whether it be the same things that I am or other things, and what you discovered is a positive thing to replace those things with. I think this is going to be something that helps motivate me, hearing from you guys and seeing your guys' comments about how you guys are on board with me and we're doing this together. And I hope putting out these videos with what I'm doing to help get myself to a better place will help inspire you. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video and that you will get on board with me on making some positive changes in our life. And just know how important you guys are to me here on this channel, how inspiring you guys are to me, how much I love you guys, and I'm really thankful for all of you. I truly am. And thank you guys so much for opening up to me in the comments of my last video. And I hope that you guys will go on this self-love journey with me and get ourselves to a better place, because we let COVID do some bad things this year to us, guys, and we need to nip it in the bud. But I am gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave it a thumbs up, because when you guys do that, it helps my videos out so much and I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys go get your notebooks, write down what you need to change and what you're gonna change it with. And if you would like to, share that down below with me and I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video.